You're tuned in to Nerd Overload, your weekly show for video games, movies, TV shows, comics, tech news, and more. Sponsored in part by MB Subculture Comics and Costumes. Now your hosts, Cody Pinnick, Samantha Cross, Sam Dunham, and Josh Harrison.
Don't adjust your dials. You're entering a zone of pop culture references and movie quotes. Welcome to the Nerd Overload. I'm Josh.
I'm Sam, and this week we have a special third chair, special guest host, Josh.
How's it going, everybody?
There's two Joshes here, so it's going to get real confusing. So
He's Earth 2 Josh.
Get ready. Yeah. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We have a great show for you. Got a bunch of news, but first we're going to get into some stuff we've been checking out. And tell you what, Josh, you're the guest here. Why don't you go first?
Not a whole lot of stuff majorly I'm checking out like now. I watch a lot of Rooster Teeth content. I don't know if you guys ever catch anything that they do. They just did
Red versus Blue.
Yeah, a lot of Red versus Blue.
And I watch a lot of Ruby.
Ruby's great. They actually just started a new live action series last week called Day 5. It's like a actual full-on dramatic series, 45 minutes long every episode. It's fantastic. It's basically takes place after like an apocalyptic event, and if you fall asleep, you die.
Okay.
At like 3 a.m., just everybody was asleep in the world is suddenly dead. On the 5th day of being awake, they're trying to either find a cure or just stop hallucinating and figure out what's going on.
Wow.
It's
sleep deprivation.
very good. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's
Wow.
far better than any web development series has any right to be, and it's very good for that. So.
Yeah, they've been putting out some pretty good content lately. Is that the Freddie Wong?
No,
Is that his name?
not Freddie Wong.
That's, that's Rocket Jump.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I get those mixed up.
Freddie
sometimes.
Wong did recently do an episode of Red vs. Blue, though. He did a little short video for him.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay. All right.
But no, it's a full-on Rooster Teeth production. It's all in-house for them, so they actually have real actors cast in it with some of the other people involved. So I'm enjoying it very much. So it's definitely worth checking out if you're on there. The first episode is free to watch on YouTube.
Okay.
So it's definitely something worth checking.
So is this a YouTube Red kind of thing?
The first episode is free on YouTube, and then all the others are going to be, if you're a Rooster Teeth sponsor,
Gotcha.
You can catch them on there.
Okay.
That way. So,
Okay. Very cool. Very cool.
So that's what I've been checking out this week. I don't know about you guys.
Big thing for me was the Mystery Science Theater reunion. They're And you were with me on that one. Yeah, they did a Riff Tracks. They put on these live events every now and again, and what they do is they have a live event at a theater. They just pick a theater. Some of them have been in out in California. There was one that was done in Kentucky, I think, and then they simulcast it out to just a ton of theaters. So it's all live, but it's like you're there, but you're not really there. And this most recent one, they were able to get the majority of the original Mystery Science Theater cast together for it.
Joel and Mike on the stage together. So.
Yeah, Joel, Mike, Trace. I was psyched for Trace Beaulieu and Bill Corbett because they never worked together. They were the two voices of Crow T Robot, and that was really cool to see them riff together. That was excellent. But the whole thing was great. I loved it. They just did a bunch of shorts. They didn't do a full movie, but the way they did it, I think, was
doing the shorts
well.
definitely worked in their favor. Like it gave everybody a chance to shine for sure. Like I like the Bridget Nelson and Mary Jo Peel. Their Date with Kay was fantastic.
Yeah,
so.
Theirs wasn't Date with Kay.
Date with
that
Kay,
was the
Housewives one.
Yeah, the one about the housewives where they were making fun of how crazy sexist like the 50s stuff was. It was pretty great. Yeah, that one was good. There at the end when they did everyone on stage together and did a couple of shorts.
Grass.
That is corn grass.
I mean,
The eternal question.
Can I wear it as a headdress? That's the question.
Can you make a terror mask out of grass? Yeah. I think the answer definitively is yes.
You don't even know, Josh. You don't.
Yeah.
Even know.
Oh man, it was a good one.
You never heard a whole theater gasp out loud in terror at a grass mask.
Yeah.
Except for Batman and Robin when Poison Ivy showed up. That's a little different.
But no, overall it was really good, and it served a couple purposes. I'm glad that they were able to get everyone together, but I'm more excited now for the new Mystery Science Theater episodes coming out.
Jonah Ray was actually there with them, and he did a great job.
He did a great job. His timing was off just a little bit on a couple of the jokes, but he was able to hit it.
And to be fair, that he wasn't the only one. Some of the others had some bad timing too.
Well, it's a live
show.
Yeah, it's a live show. I'm pretty sure Frank missed a handful of his riffs because he didn't have a whole lot to say. But when he hit,
when he said something,
it hit. Oh sure. But I'm a little more at ease with the whole new MST stuff.
I like that Jonah had his own voice, and he wasn't aping either the other two guys.
Yeah, I mean there was plenty of movie references and stuff, but he did a lot of pointing out xenophobia and pointing out like that kind of stuff, which is good. It's like socially conscious kind of riffs, and that's cool. I like that.
It's different than Joel and Mike for sure. So.
Yeah, and that's good. That's what it was what it needs to be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but no, beyond that, I don't know. I've been watching a bunch of old cartoons. I found the first couple episodes of the Toxic Crusaders. Do you remember that?
I can't say I've seen that one. So.
Okay, so the Toxic Crusaders. So I've been on kind of a trauma kick. After meeting Lloyd Kaufman, I've been kind of going through and watching a lot of his stuff, and arguably his biggest contribution to film culture was the Toxic Avenger, super R-rated, super violent, gory trauma film, basically. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. It's a trauma film, and So in the early 90s, I can't remember. I think it might have been Mattel, actually, a toy company, bought the television rights to the characters Toxic Avenger and built a children's cartoon based around the Toxic Avenger. Well, I mean, it was around the same time that they did Rambo and the Forces of Freedom and the RoboCop cartoon. It was part of that turning 90s R-rated movies into children's television to sell toys. And so the Toxic Crusaders were born. And he was the leader of a squad of similarly mutated biofreaks out to clean the Earth in a very Captain Planet-esque fashion.
Remember, I used to watch the crap out of it.
Sounds like a good show.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I might have had a Toxic Avenger toy.
Oh, I had a couple.
Yeah, but they're bad. It's really bad. The animation is not good. It is a toy delivery system in the best and worst possible way.
I mean, there's a lot of the 90s cartoons, to be fair, though.
Totally.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Basically, if you're going to copy the Ninja Turtles formula, they're all pretty much the same.
Oh, yeah. And the other... The other cartoon that I've been watching a lot of, and I sat and watched all 13 episodes of this, is a cartoon called Skeleton Warriors. And Josh is laughing because I can't stop singing the theme song to Skeleton Warriors because it is the most metal thing I've ever heard come out of a cartoon. I might even drop a little bit of it in right now. But it is super great. The show is terrible.
Oh, garbage.
It's real bad, but the animation style is comparable to the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. Ooh. It's actually the animation, at least in that first couple episodes, is not bad. It's like that heavy shaded kind of look. Almost Spider-Man, was it the future Spider-Man 2099 or
Spider-Man Unlimited?
Yeah, that's it. Almost like a hybrid between the original Spider-Man and that one. It's kind of that kind of.
So none of the amazing, awesome 90s CG the Spider-Man 90s series had.
Oh no, there's a little bit of CG.
Oh, okay.
In
Mostly
fact,
in the opening.
The narrator is a giant talking skull, gold CG skull. By a voice actor, sounds an awful lot like someone doing a Christopher Lee impression. These are the tales of the Skeleton Warriors.
Can we be sure it wasn't Christopher Lee himself?
It might have been. You never know. But it was. It's a toy delivery system in the best and worst possible way. But yeah. So in the show Skeleton Warriors, the skeletons are the bad guys. They are not. We don't follow the Skeleton Warriors. We follow the people who fight. So they're not Skeleton Warriors. They're warriors who fight skeletons. Oh yeah.
And one of them is a zombie skeleton guy.
One of them's kind of a zombie skeleton. They all have superpowers, and it's just the barest of plots.
Oh, yeah. It's paper thin to the best.
Yeah, da 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 da. Skeleton Warriors. I love it. I love it. It's great. I mean, it's terrible, but it's great.
You seem to go on these kicks once in a while. You get nostalgic.
I get hooked on something, and that's all I'm about for a while. Totally.
Because we see, when was the last time we did this? Was it the Lunatics or whatever?
Oh, Lunatics.
Lunatics,
Unleashed.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of that?
It sounds somewhat familiar.
It was a Looney Tunes, Batman Beyond-esque
future where they're all superheroes, and it's the worst.
I vaguely remember this.
It's so bad.
Man, it's rough. It's rough.
Yeah.
Was this another 90s one? Or?
Oh, this was late 90s, early 2000s CW. Well, no, not CW. The Kids WB.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, and it's all like the descendants of the original Looney Tunes characters in like these future. Black, spandex costumes where they all have superpowers, and it's bad.
Weren't they fighting like Vikings or something weird?
Vikings or something that may or may not be Yosemite Sam. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yep. And the thing is, it was devoid of comedy. It was a serious action show.
Yeah, it was trying to be kind of like Mighty Ducks. Kind of thing.
I mean, but not the movie Mighty Ducks, like the
cartoon.
When I think Looney Tunes, I think dramatic action,
of course,
not comedy.
So. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, action star Bugs Bunny. Yeah.
Block parry thrust, twang.
Yeah. But that's it. That's what I've been digging into. So.
Yeah.
Skeleton Warriors.
Next time, now you need to go back and rewatch. I don't know, like the Godzilla cartoon. After the movie.
Are you talking about the
Matthew Broderick movie?
Yeah.
Okay,
I remember that cartoon.
Okay, because I was thinking the one with Godzuki.
And Godzuki.
Oh yeah, with
bad.
Yes, Godzilla's son with the voice of Scooby Doo.
Yeah, with the weird like bat wing. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, bad news.
Or the Men in Black cartoon.
That one was pretty rough. I did not.
I never watched it.
It was awful.
I remember it existing. So.
It was awful.
Oh, if you want to get bad, find Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm.
Oh, I know.
That one's rough.
Yeah, it's combat time over and over and over again.
Chuck Norris's Karate Commandos.
There's only 5 episodes of that. I remember that vividly, but there's only 5 episodes of it.
That was a toy delivery system too.
Yes, it was. Oh yeah.
Really badly made toys, might I add.
Okay. Hammerman. Do you guys remember Hammerman?
MC Hammer's cartoon.
Yeah. Where he's a superhero with parachute pants.
Yep.
Magic parachute pants.
I thought he was that in real life.
Well, of course. Yeah. Well, his superpower is losing money, apparently. So.
Yeah. Too soon.
Too soon? Really? Really? 20 years?
Yeah.
Everything's too soon.
Yeah. All right.
I remember one of like the little thingies at the end of his show, like was either a PSA or a fun little crafty thing.
Oh, that was always a thing.
And they taught you how to make MC Hammer pants out of trash bags.
Which is funny because that's what MC Hammer does now.
Fitting for later in life, I was going to say, yeah. Oh, man.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
So, see what I've been checking out. Oh, I have gone back and I rewatched Young Justice.
Okay, good. Not a lot of it, but good.
2 seasons.
Take you about a day and a half to get through.
Yeah,
I'd imagine.
2 seasons and hopefully a third.
Here's hoping.
I know, right? But I forgot Netflix had it, and I was just kind of zipping through it. And I was like, hey, I haven't watched this in a long time. I forgot how good it is.
Really good. That first season is solid.
Yeah.
Second season, it was kind of more of a collection of just standalone episodes, I think. More or less. Sorta.
I mean, there was the overarching alien invasion plot.
Right, but at least there were more like standalone kind of.
There were more episodes that focused on particular teams.
Right, that's it. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
A lot of Miss Martian stuff.
I remember the Batgirl Miss Martian versus Lobo episode from season 2. That one was really good.
Yep. That was actually the beginning of season 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Because that's what set off the invasion is Lobo catches an alien masquerading as a guy at the UN.
Mm-hmm. And they were white Martians, weren't they?
No, they were.
They weren't?
No. Croatans or something like that. Creatines.
I don't know. Probably something made of
little tiny guys.
Creatines.
They
just like walking around with big buff.
They're just buff. Yeah. just swole. The swollest aliens. Yeah.
Against Lobo? Come on now. He's the main man.
Yeah. One of the saddest things that I can think of is we almost had a live action Lobo movie starring Clancy Brown at one point.
That would have been amazing.
The Kurgan.
That would have been amazing.
From Highlander. That would be great. Just old gruff Lobo flying around on his,
on his space
motorcycle, solving crimes and then creating them,
punching Superman in the face.
Basically, yeah.
I really like Lobo. I think he has always been an overrated or an underrated character.
Do you remember him on the Justice League Unlimited?
Yes.
With the voice of Brad Garrett.
Yeah.
Raymond.
He was trying. You always do that.
It's the one impression I can do of Brad Garrett is when he says Raymond from Everybody Loves Raymond. Okay, so sue me.
You should just do Kermit all the time.
Well, okay.
Need to build up to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes me a minute, but, it's not easy being green.
But no, yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on. Yes. Yeah, Young Justice. Amazing cartoon. It's honestly, for an animated series, it's super serious.
Yeah.
And it's the Teen Titans cartoon you always wanted, because you get decent doses of the team, and they just always just called them the team.
Yeah.
Never actually put a name on it.
Right.
The team. We lead the team. I led the team. It's the team.
So what you're telling me is you didn't want a Teen Titans show where they had funny little antics and were drawn like small children and you ran around and did little adventures like that? Teen Titans Go style? That's not what you were looking for at all?
Depends on the day.
Teen Titans Go.
It can be funny.
It can be funny. The stuff with some of the adult superheroes in that is great. There's a scene with Batman playing serious guitar riffs.
Oh yeah.
That one's pretty great.
Oh yeah, anytime they bring up they ever show Batman, he's always chilling out with Commissioner Gordon.
And they're just laughing.
Yeah, they're just laughing like they're stoned.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Well, I mean, we've all seen what J.K. Simmons looks like now, so I assume that him and Batman work out together at all times.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Only the swollest of crime-fighting buddies.
My goodness.
Although I heard he's not getting buff for Justice League. He's doing another movie where he has to be old man bodybuilder.
Oh.
And he's just
Is it
staying
a documentary?
Something like that. It's the movie's called I'm Not Here or something like that. I don't know.
I thought that was when he did already. Didn't I'm Not Here come out? Maybe I'm confusing.
No, that was.
I know he got in shape originally for Whiplash.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah, he's buff.
Anyway,
he's
yeah.
very scary.
Yes.
It is. It's terrifying.
What doesn't help is the beard. If he didn't have the giant scary beard, his beard is scary. Josh, yours is good.
It's very unkempt.
Yeah,
mine's very unkempt.
Nah,
not so bad.
You're also not rocking the massive swole arms. So,
shh.
I mean, yes, you are. You totally are rocking the massive
totally
swole
ripped,
arms.
totally ripped, ladies. Yes,
I'm bench pressing right now. Both of you,
just constantly. Yeah. All right.
Have you guys been keeping up on Preacher at all?
I have not. I have not actually watched a single
watched
episode.
a handful of episodes.
You said you watched a handful. So
yeah.
What are your thoughts overall on it?
I think it's good. It's not very much like the comic. I'll tell you that.
It's definitely a prequel to the comic of sorts, and also a lot of changes. I only ever read the first 2 books. I never finished the whole series.
Yeah, there's no way they could actually make the comic into a show. And put it on public television. There's no way it could happen.
It's
but
very rough.
For what they're doing, it's very good. And I think what's his name? Is it Dominic?
Dominic Cooper.
Dominic. I can't say that word. Dominic Cooper. There we go. Got it.
Howard Stark, basically.
Yeah, nailed it in one. There we go. I think he does an excellent job as Jesse Custer.
Actually, I love the entire cast. The guy playing Cassidy, his name escapes me, but he's awesome. One of the few times I've seen American television have somebody with an Irish accent, and they don't even try to hide it. No, figure out what he's saying. Good luck.
Yeah, no, I think he does a very good job too. But no, I having not seen a whole lot of it, I'm into it.
Yeah, it's only 5 episodes in right now.
Yeah, I think I've seen the first 2. I think so.
I'm enjoying it a lot. It's not amazing yet, but I think it could get there. They did just renew it for another season, so it's got another shot. So
right, we were talking off mic.
Not just a second season, an extended.
13
season.
episodes. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we were talking off mic, and you mentioned that it might be better when it hits Netflix or Hulu or whatever.
I think that show will have a stronger following when you can binge it all at once. Because as of right now, week to week, it's very slow paced. So
gotcha, and I can totally get that.
Yeah.
I totally see that.
That being said, I mean, I still enjoy it. I like to have the conversation about it every week after it's over and figure out what's going on with it. Similar to Game of Thrones, it's something nice to just decompress after it's done and see what's going on. But
right.
I'm enjoying it. It's definitely different. So what else have you guys been keeping up with this week then?
The Kardashians.
I mean,
really, no.
You can get that new Kanye West music video with all the other people he's singing with. So
nope, good.
Yeah.
You know what blew my mind? Somebody told me this the other day. I had not realized that. I guess I've been living on an internet rock. The fact that Tom Hiddleston and Taylor Swift are now dating.
Give it a week, and then she'll write a song about it.
I know, right?
That's kind of the whole thing. She must be out of ideas for songs. She must have a new album
the
work.
Next
She's
song will
working
be
on.
Low Key Left Me.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, It should just get to the point where she's not even trying to hide, like that's who she's writing about. Just like put their names, just make it as blatant as possible.
Every song title is now ex-boyfriend.
Yes.
It'll be like, I'm very sad this week, Tom Hiddleston. That's the name of the song.
Yeah.
Man, I wish Crimson Peak would have been a good movie.
Oh, that's right. He was in that. Okay.
Yeah.
I have not seen that one yet, unfortunately. Well, maybe it sounds like not, unfortunately, if it wasn't very good, but
Like, it's visually striking, but it's not great. Plus, it's got Charlie Hunnam in it. Jax from...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that dude. He's not very good in it either.
Was that's Pacific Rim guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you hear they're making a second one?
I know, I'm super excited. And in fact, John Boyega's in it.
Yeah.
As the lead.
Yeah. Even better. As long as what's her name? Rinko Kikuchi.
Oh, yes.
As long as she comes back, I'm down. I'm in.
Please.
Yes,
Thank you.
please.
And
It's
also,
because she was a very good actress.
she was. It also helps. She's also a very attractive Japanese lady.
That helps.
And I want more giant monster and giant robot, butt kicking times.
Yeah.
When am I going to get Big Guy and Rusty movie? That's what I want.
What I would like to see for this is post monster apocalypse, giant robots has become a sport. Giant robot boxing.
So
just
real
wait.
steel, but on a Titanic scale.
Yes, that's exactly what I want.
What sounds like right up your aisle is the new PlayStation VR game coming out later this year, the giant robot mini golf game.
I
want to play that
a
so
lot.
bad.
Yeah,
that looks so good.
Really good.
Yeah. When the robots aren't fighting, they go to play some golf.
That's excellent.
In the middle of cities.
There's a PC version of it too. You don't quite get the whole VR experience,
If you can't play it in VR, then why would you play it?
True. Well, because I don't want to spend $400 on a
Yeah, right.
on a headset that's going to be phased out in like a couple years.
when the VR kick has done.
Listen, when they can put VR technology into just a regular pair of sunglasses or like a contacts or something.
Contacts.
Yeah,
just
seriously.
embed that computer in my eyeball.
Just plug it right into my brain. Done. The end.
I will say,
Jack into the Matrix.
going into VR, I had no expectations of it. I didn't think it was going to be very good. But having seen a lot more of the footage, basically putting the headset on somebody so they can't see the real world anymore, but then you hand them the controller and they reach out and grab it because they see where it's at in the virtual world. That's pretty amazing.
Okay,
that sold
cool.
me on it pretty hard.
That sounds pretty cool.
It's still a pricey investment, so especially if you're going for Vive or a Oculus Rift, $800 plus getting an amazing rig. So
yeah.
At least the PlayStation VR, it's on the more affordable range, and affordable in quotations there. So
yeah,
I want one. I want one bad because I want to play that X-Wing game.
Yeah, and the Star Trek Bridge game.
Yes,
that looks really good.
Oh my god. I am so excited for that game.
But only if I can play it with LeVar Burton. I'll even take Jonathan Frakes.
Yeah.
Have him sit real weird on that chair. Yeah.
Have him stepping over chairs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
His long spider legs. God. Seriously, I've watched I never realized how often he did it until I watched a Next Generation video of him doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Just a compilation of all these times he stepped over chairs.
Would you say it was beyond belief?
There we go. Got it.
I hate myself for that.
You should.
Oh, God.
As a joke that 5 people will get.
Yeah, it's okay. We have 5 listeners. It's all good.
Our parents will get it.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Just keep on bench pressing. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, gains. Where's my protein powder?
Well, you know what? I think we've rambled enough. Let's go ahead and take a break here. And when we come back, we'll talk about some news.
Yeah.
Nerd Overload is sponsored in part by MB Subculture Comics and Costumes. MB Subculture is the one-stop shop for all your geeky needs, from comics and collectibles to unique custom costumes, masks, makeup, and more. MB Subculture is located at 127 South Sandusky Avenue in downtown Bucyrus. 419-562-0404 and online at subcultureoh.com. All right, we're back. That was the new Ghostbusters theme by Fall Out Boy featuring Missy Elliot. What'd you guys think?
Bustin' doesn't make me feel as good anymore, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it.
It's a roller coaster of emotion.
Musically, I'm okay with it. I like the music behind it the lyrics are not as good.
Not
Not
great.
Not that they had a lot to work with to begin with, but
Yeah, I'm glad they kept elements of the original, the Ray Parker Jr., but I just hope this theme song isn't indicative of the rest of the film.
it's like I said, it's not as fun as the original.
Yeah. I don't know.
But also, are we only thinking about the original because, it's Ghostbusters and we're sitting through with rose-tinted glasses?
That's very true. Yeah.
I just don't know if I could play that song for a younger kid if they're going to want to. Like when I was a kid, I would get up and dance around with that. That was a song I would, get excited to hear. I can't imagine that the sound of that song is going to make you want to dance, I guess.
Well, then Fall Out Boy did their job.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's
in their job to make you dance. I thought that was the whole point.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't think I like it, but we'll see.
Hate it, but it's not. But it's not good.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm pretty ambivalent about it. I don't like it. I also don't love it. It's not. Yeah, I don't know.
It's paltry at best.
It's not good enough for me to hate it either.
Yeah. See, there you go. Yeah. But hopefully the movie is much better. Hopefully the song has nothing to do with.
I just know when I need to walk out of the movie.
Yeah.
Credits start rolling. That song starts playing.
Time to go.
Go.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
But knowing me, I will probably sit till the end of the credits because
Marvel movies have trained us for after credits
Yes.
sequences.
Sam, you and I even sat after the credits for the Mystery Science Theater reunion,
thinking something was going to pop up. Yeah. Yeah. But oh well. Hey, it's a song.
it was played.
It definitely is a song. That's correct.
Yes.
There is some musical elements to it.
Yeah. So let's get into some news here. Let's start with a kind of a weird one. Crystal Pepsi's coming back.
Yes.
Along with all those favorite 90s cartoons, you can get your 90s drinks.
Oh yeah.
Praise the sun.
I guess I never had Crystal Pepsi when I was a kid.
Oh my god, I had it too much.
Does it just taste like Pepsi?
I don't remember. It's been so long.
Speaking of those rose-colored glasses.
I know, right?
Yeah.
99. I actually looked this up the other day. Crystal Pepsi ran from 1992 to 1993.
Wow. Long run time.
That's why I don't remember it then.
Yes. And I used to drink the living crap out of it. I don't like dark sodas, and maybe it tricked my brain into that. I don't know.
Who knows?
But I remember loving it very much like Surge and every other lemon lime drink that ever came out.
This is absolutely a retaliation for Surge returning.
Oh,
and
Ecto Cooler.
Yeah, the whole 90s nostalgia wave is coming back.
Oh, yeah. Hard.
I can't be happier about it. This is great. I love it. I love 90s nostalgia.
So what's the next Pepsi to come back? Pepsi Blue? Do you remember that one?
I do remember Pepsi Blue.
Pepsi Blue was one.
Yeah, I remember that. What were some of the other weird ones?
How about the original Pepsi Vanilla with not the throwback sugar? That was
that was the
or Pepsi
Twist.
Twist. Pepsi Twist.
Pepsi Twist. Yeah.
You know what I wish? I wish Pepsi wouldn't have dropped the ball on their Back to the Future one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was... Yeah, I remember they were selling them in the glass bottles and
they were plastic,
but they were like super expensive, weren't they?
They were super expensive, and they didn't tell anybody who was following them when it was happening.
Right, and it was just regular Pepsi in the bottle.
Yeah, it was just regular Pepsi.
Bottle.
It was the cool bottle.
Yeah,
it was the Back to the Future bottle.
Which, to be fair, you can get people's recreations of that on eBay for years now. Granted, they cost a bit, but it's the same as the real Pepsi bottle now at this point.
Yeah,
pretty much
true. But no, along with the Crystal Pepsi, they're releasing a game. It's like it's like the Crystal Pepsi Trail is what they're calling it. It's Oregon Trail, but the 90s.
On the hunt for Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah. And
in your old station wagon.
The old 8-bit graphics, but everything's neon and
awesome.
You have to worry about your Tamagotchi dying and all this stuff. Looks great.
God. All the things we did at the time when Crystal Pepsi came out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Grunge music and Tamagotchis.
Oh, man. Get my acid wash jeans out of storage. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, man. Did you guys have Tamagotchis when you were kids?
I did have a Tamagotchi, but I was rather young and I never took care of it and it died. So.
My sister had one. She had one and I would have to babysit from time to time. I let that thing poop all over the place.
Me and my sister both had one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted the Digimon, because Digimon was originally
that was the Digimon one. I had the Digimon one too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Was it as fun as the commercials made it out to be?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I was really into Digimon when I was a kid.
Oh, that first season was pretty good. I'm not an anime guy, but
I've actually gone back and I rewatched a little bit of it.
Yeah?
It's
dated?
A little bit. And also the fact that if you watch the American one where they changed the names, and it was part of that era where they would take a Japanese anime and instead of just dubbing it and just letting you ride the wave, they tried to Americanize it a little bit.
Sure.
Like there's a guy named Joe and, you know, American names.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It's a sign of the times.
It was a sign of the times. It's like the Sailor Mooning of fighting monsters.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
like, you mean with Amy Anderson and and Serena and I don't even
Tad.
Tad.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
know.
I don't remember. Darren.
That
was his name.
Darren.
Something like that.
I don't know what's happening. I was watching Spider-Man in the action.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. With Mary Jane and Jay Jonah and Brock and Misty and Ash.
Yeah, I remember Misty and Ash. Spider-Man saved them all the time.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
I choose you, Spider-Chew.
Spider-Man. Hey, it kind of works.
Yeah, kind of.
Anyway.
A little bit. Anyway.
Oh, God, we're punchy today.
Oh, a little bit. Let's get going on to something else here. Josh, what can you tell us about this BioShock remaster thing coming out?
On the topic of remastering video games here, we got the BioShock 1. They're doing BioShock 1, BioShock 2, and BioShock Infinite, all remastered in a collection coming out September 13th. It's going to be $60. It's going to have all the downloadable content they ever released for those games, so a good chance to play Minerva's Den for BioShock 2, which was a really good one. I think a lot of people missed out on some of those DLCs, so it'll be interesting to see the reactions they have to that when it actually comes out. So I haven't seen who's developing it.
Yeah, we tried looking that up. And
because I don't know if Irrational would take the time to actually do all that again. Or not,
I don't know. So. I don't even know if Irrational is still around, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually
I don't
not sure
think they are.
So I do know that Ken Levine will have some interviews on there. Oh, that's good. So that's something interesting.
Yeah.
So that's a good remaster coming out. Another remaster that's not coming anytime soon now is the Batman Arkham City and Arkham Asylum remastered.
Yeah, that's right.
They are delayed indefinitely.
That is a bad sign.
Yeah. What was going on was they were being ported over using Unreal Engine 4. And somehow in the process of upgrading to the new engine, they actually made it look worse than it originally did. So,
yikes!
Putting the new character models onto those new higher res models just wasn't working out so hot for that. So,
man, yeah, that is rough. And they just announced that recently too, didn't they? It
had been rumored for months, and then they officially announced it. I think a month ago.
Okay,
and then
it was before E3 though, right?
It was like a couple weeks before E3 was the official announcement.
Okay,
so. Hopefully we'll see it at some point. I mean, I would love to play through those games again, but
I'd love to play through those games, the first time.
You are missing out on some fantastic Batman stories. So.
I know, but it's just something I never, I don't know.
Arkham City is fantastic. The newer one, Arkham Knight, if you want to play as Batman driving a tank like Ben Affleck, I mean, you can get that. It's not quite as strong, but they're good. They're good games.
I just wish, I could play it on my PC.
Arkham Knight? Yeah, it ain't happening.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, no kidding with that one.
It got removed, but I think it's back now, actually.
I would still recommend not doing that.
Yeah.
I have your solution. We're going to go to the store. We're going to get you a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One and just, put that next to your PC. Just play it through that instead.
There we go. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
Do it.
Let's see. Moving on to a little bit of movie stuff, I guess.
We can talk about some old directors not liking new movies.
Yeah, let's do that. Sure, why not? So James Cameron, I guess, in an interview, kind of danced around not enjoying the new Star Wars movies, I guess.
Is very much pointing out that he felt it was a retread of the original movies, which, to be fair, it is a retread of sorts, but it's a good retread.
It sets up the next stage, I guess.
Yeah, it was very much going back and rewatching about it and thinking about it. The movie was good, but it's very much we had to tell you this story so that we can tell you the next story. Like they had to get all the players in place and get people familiar with them enough so that the story they want to tell with these characters they can do in 8 and 9.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, Force Awakens was just a fun movie to watch.
It absolutely was, and it fits in with the original trilogy a lot more than the prequels.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Definitely.
And I mean, James Cameron, I kind of feel is one of the last people that can talk about anything about retreading stories. I mean, Avatar is just a retread of a basic Pocahontas type story. So
it's Ferngully.
Yeah, Ferngully. Yeah.
It's Ferngully on an alien planet.
Well, I don't know how much of this is sour grapes because I know he and George Lucas were our buddies, and I don't know. Maybe he was wasn't he at one point attached to a Star Wars or a Star Wars side story or something? At one point,
I know he was attached to he was supposed to be attached to a Halo film.
That too.
I'm sure he also helped out special effects wise back in those days too.
I'm sure he did, especially the prequels. Sure. Yeah. But I don't know how much of this is him just going, I wish I did this movie. You know, I'm mad
that or
about
just
this.
defending his friend George, who I imagine feels like he was ousted from Star Wars.
He sold that of his own volition.
He has no right to complain.
He knew as soon as he received that check, his involvement with Star Wars ended. So he has no room to complain about what they do with his characters.
I think mostly they're just mad because everyone loves the new movie so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably getting tired of people saying, "Oh man, these are so much better than the prequels," which he had a more direct hands-on than the originals.
His defense too, I would be tired of hearing that as well. I mean, you wouldn't want everybody to tell you, "Hey, yours were bad and mine was awesome." Like,
oh sure,
you know.
Oh yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah, but you know, you can't cry over spilt milk when you spilled it yourself.
Yeah, and I don't know if George Lucas had any ideas that would work within these next films, or if he had an idea for a side story.
Because there's plenty of those coming out.
I'm sure they would invite him back into it. I have no doubt that they would.
I don't know if you saw the information or the rumor that apparently somebody said that they think the Han Solo solo movie is apparently one of the best Star Wars stories ever written, which, coming from a Star Wars employee, probably doesn't mean much, but take that with what
a little bit of that's hyping up, sure. Yeah. But I just wonder at what point in Han's backstory they're going to set this movie. Is it going to be him as a flunk out of the Imperial
Academy,
or is it going to be him rescuing Chewie from Bosk's race?
The Trandoshans.
Yes, that one. The
lizard men.
The lizard men. That's
not the Gorn.
Not the Gorn. That's the one. That's the one I was thinking of.
Are these even canon storylines now, or?
We don't even know.
We don't. Yeah, we don't know. I mean, a lot of that was extended universe books and comics.
I mean, for all we know now, he could have got Chewbacca as a Christmas present. So, you know.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Well, at least he's stuck with the responsibility.
Yeah. His Tamagotchi.
I've always wondered: is the holiday special, is that still considered canon?
Yes. I'm throwing it down right now. Okay. B. Arthur is part of my Star Wars canon. Yes.
Oh man, yeah.
Happy Life Day.
Yes.
Happy Lumpy.
Lumpy, yeah. Oh, what? Yeah. What if we see that at some point? We just see Lumpy and Grumpy and Mala.
Then I will stand up in the theater and clap.
Yes.
It'll be much like when we watch Guardians of the Galaxy.
You always bring this up. You always bring this up.
It's my favorite story from you.
Yeah. We went to see Guardians of the Galaxy, and they had that the thing at the end with Howard the Duck, yes. And I stood up and yelled, "Oh my God, it's Howard the Duck!" in a crammed theater.
We had in a movie tavern.
Yes,
we had one guy in my theater, dead silence, and one man goes, "Yeah!"
It was Sam.
Yeah. It makes me wonder, do you think we're ever going to see a Howard the Duck Marvel
Probably
thing?
not.
Probably not.
I would love, you know what?
Maybe a dark Netflix series.
Oh, there we go. Gritty. Yeah. Detective Duck. Yeah, that would be, actually, that would be kind of cool. You know what I would like
to see? A crossover with Jessica Jones.
You know what? You joke. What I would like to see is, you know how they used to do those one-shots?
Yeah.
Yes.
What if they got Leah Thompson in, and it's S.H.I.E.L.D. interviewing Leah Thompson talking about, she's I gotta find my friend, seems like your area, because he's a short duck man from another planet, and they explain that he's been living on Earth, and that's where the collector picked him up from Cleveland. He's just been in Cleveland with managing the cherry bombs for all these years, and she's gone to S.H.I.E.L.D. to try to find him.
Oh man.
And they wouldn't even have to see Howard the Duck. It would just be S.H.I.E.L.D. agent and Leah Thompson dancing around the fact that it's a 3-foot talking duck.
Maybe you'll get your wish on the Civil War Blu-ray coming out September 13th.
That would be, that would actually be really cool.
Please bring back the shorts. Those were amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The one-shots. Oh, what was it? The funny thing that happened on the way to Thor's hammer?
Agent Phil Coulson being amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Or Hail to the King.
Yes, that was a very good one.
The real Mandarin.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Or the Agent Carter one that they totally messed up the continuity of with the TV show. But...
Well, whatever. The show was great, though.
Yes, it was.
It's all good. It's all good. So anyway, we're talking about Marvel stuff. We might as well move on to this one. About a month ago, actually, it would have been about a month ago.
It was a month ago.
We discussed how Captain America is a secret Hydra agent.
Captain Nazi.
Captain Nazi. Well, actually, technically, Hydra's not part of the Nazi party anymore.
Semantics.
Yeah, well, sure.
But the fact that a Red Skull makes a lot of even other villains uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, sure. And I at the time I said this is going to get retconned. This isn't something
we were all saying it.
Yeah, we were all saying it because we all know comics.
I think the entire internet yelled that out loud.
Well, everybody who didn't know comics went nuts over it, and people who do know comics were like, "Yeah, this is a stunt. Whatever.
Just wait, he'll die next week."
Yeah, it's cool. He'll die. He'll come back, and everything will be good. Well, the second issue of Steve Rogers' Captain America
came out
this past week, and they did not. The mystery was not long lived. They went ahead and just revealed exactly what's going on, and it to the writer Nick Spencer's credit, he said that it has nothing to do with mind control, and he technically was correct.
Very technical.
Yeah. The whole thing is very convoluted. The previous Captain America storyline involved S.H.I.E.L.D. creating a town called Pleasant Hill and using a cosmic cube to keep villains docile, I guess.
In the town. On that word.
And the crux of that story is the cosmic cube, which is the all-powerful kind of thing. Well, in the first Captain America movie, the blue glowing thing.
Yep.
Yeah. That
the Tesseract, what they call it in the movies.
Yeah, exactly.
For all you casual superhero fans out there.
Hey, don't call them casuals. That's everyone's a fan. It's cool. The cosmic cube shattered, and it took on, because it's sentient, it took on the form of like a 4-year-old girl, because that's where its level of sentience was kind of at. It was, because it had the mind of a young kid. It took the form of a young kid. And Red Skull decided, hey, I could use this to my advantage. So there's actually panels of the comic where the Red Skull is reading this little girl who was actually a sentient, God cube, a bedtime story about how Hydra is the heroes of World War II. And
she's like, read it again.
Read it again. Yeah, exactly. So he has convinced this little girl who can alter the past and implant mind, whatever, to implant a false memory in Steve Rogers of him being recruited into Hydra when he was like 5 years old. And that's why he hasn't been a Hydra agent forever. He just thinks
he has.
He's been a Hydra agent forever. And technically it's not mind control because he's doing things of his own free will. Yeah. It's just his free will is being twisted into believing that he's always been a Hydra agent.
And it's cool that they actually didn't waste time revealing that, because now we can actually have a storyline that's like, how does these things affect like what's going to happen with him, which is a lot more interesting than just trying to lead out a mystery of like, why is he?
Yeah, see, if DC did this, we would have had a full year of he's a secret Hydra agent and has been forever, and then they'll retcon it. At least with this story, at least now we know what's going on and we can move past it and get to the meat of the story.
The internet can calm their collective shorts.
Well, that won't be happening.
No, never in a million years.
Never. Nope.
But no, I'm still going to pick it up. I've never been a regular reader of Captain America, to be honest with you.
I really haven't either.
His stories always seem a little dry to me. But I picked up the first issue. I'll pick up this one. They might have gotten a new reader out of me.
I wish I could be a reader every month, but I can't afford to get the comics every single month, so I have to wait for the trades. So,
oh, yeah. Well, see, collecting trades, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, no. I mean,
they look better on a shelf.
They do.
They do, yeah.
That's why I'm waiting for my next issue of Saga coming out. Next week.
Yeah, really good stuff.
I'm very excited to read the next one of that. So.
I'm kind of excited there's new Fables coming out.
I don't read Fables.
Really?
I need to. I
really super enjoyed Fables.
Fables is good once upon a time.
Am
I wrong?
Once Upon a Time definitely did rip off Fables for sure. Although, to be fair, I mean, it's just classic stories anyway.
Yeah. But Bill Willingham's Fables is really good. I liked it a lot.
Amazing.
Well, it's the Wolf Among Us game. So.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. That was the prequel. And then they eventually brought it out in a comic form.
They sure did.
I don't know. Have you guys read Paper Girls? Have you heard of that one yet? It's another Brian K. Vaughan.
I've heard of it. I haven't really gotten around to it.
I'm in the same boat.
It's a weird one, but
it's Brian K. Vaughan.
It's another one that's kind of building off that late '80s, early '90s nostalgia, and it's basically four girls out delivering papers in the morning, and then like basically the universe starts like getting monsters invading it, and they have to go and fight them. And it's a strange story, but Vaughn definitely does amazing dialogue, so that always saves any weird story he might be making. So.
Yeah. There's a book that's going to be coming out soon. It's Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky. It's a superhero book. Let me look up the name of it because I want to actually
talk about it.
Okay, so I found it. It is the comic's going to be called The Recidivist. It's just a superhero book. They've only really had a short interview about it. Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky, they do a comic together called Sex Criminals for I think it's Image. I think
it's really good.
It's really, really good. Fraction's also been a superhero comic writer for quite some time. He most recently did the Hawkeye book for Marvel. And Zdarsky is an artist, but he's also writing Howard the Duck and has probably one of the goofiest online personas I've ever seen of any creator ever. Like the time he totally trolled his local Applebee's on Facebook for like a year. Like he would respond like he's a good pal with the person running their Facebook account to the point they're like, "Hey Chip, come on in, get your Applewood smoked cheeseburger." And all this stuff, and all this crazy stuff. But anyway, the interview they gave, Fraction was like, "Yeah, it's a superhero book, but it's us, so you know." And that's where he left it. So it's going to be weird. I'm sold. Yeah, I really like those two working together. I think it's really great. I'm looking forward to it. What are we talking about? Comic series that we were looking forward to.
Yes,
that's it.
We were talking about comics.
There we go.
Yeah, anything Matt Fraction. I like his writing. I like Vaughn's writing. So I tend to go. I look for the good writer, and I kind of hunt out their stuff from there.
Yeah.
So
see, I'm that way with art. If the art's good, I'll dig it. I'll dig into it.
That was one of the reasons I actually couldn't keep reading through Preacher. Is like it was good art, but it's so grungy. It almost became hard to look at after a while. At times,
sure, I get that.
Especially certain characters in the book. So if you guys watch the show, you would know which character I'm talking about. So.
Yep.
He's a pretty man.
But no, I actually did that with. I really like Babs Tarr's work on the Batgirl series, the most recent one.
Oh yeah, that really, redesign really of Batgirl is one of my favorite redesigns in comics ever.
And she's the same team has left that book, but is going on to do their own independent book called Motor Crush, which is biker girls, and I'm in.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, with Tar's art style. Yeah, I'm totally in.
Interesting.
Yeah. But anyway, let's keep going on to a little bit extra here. So we have a second moon. Sorta. Yeah. I don't know anything about this other than,
So basically the way science works and...
Enlighten me.
Yeah.
Science.
Teach me, Dr. Josh.
Rah.
All right, shut up.
He's still bench pressing. You should just...
There we go.
Push my nerd glasses. Drink my protein shakes.
All right.
So basically a celestial body. I'm not sure quite if it's an asteroid. It's not huge, but it's not... I don't think it's enough to really affect our relationship with the moon, gravitationally wise, anyway. But essentially, we have another planetoid-ish thing circling the Earth, which is also circling the sun with us.
Okay, cool.
And it's basically going to be hovering around there for the next at least 100 years.
Oh, right on.
Its amazing name is Asteroid 2016 HO3.
Oh man,
thanks NASA.
Yeah,
rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah.
So this is it. It's kind of a moon, but not really. It's just is it visible in the night sky, or is it just kind of we don't know
really?
Yeah,
it's far enough out that it doesn't affect us.
Good,
and it doesn't, and it won't get any closer to pose a danger.
Oh, that's I'm way
basically
less stressed about it now.
It's just the way the gravitational fields work in tandem with the Earth and the Moon. It's kind of like stuck in a perpetual space dance.
Oh, cool! Love dancing.
Here's my question: does it have worms in its surface, and can I hide my ship in there? That's a Star Wars joke.
I know.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of a proper response.
There's no proper response. I would just move on.
I'm sitting here trying to.
We can mine it for the spice.
Oh, there we go, dude. Nice.
Bravo.
I was sitting here trying to figure out how I can work "That's No Moon" into the conversation. So there, that's no moon.
You did it.
Did it.
We're all
Nailed
proud
it.
of you.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Well, speaking of spices, we can also talk about the amazing thing you can do on Twitch now.
I don't really know if it's amazing.
You can watch people eat food.
Thanks, Twitch, for ruining everything.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch it.
I won't.
You don't
There you
have
go.
to.
Because
You're gonna want to watch it.
I know I'm not. I can't stand the sounds of people eating. I don't want to watch.
That's some good spice worm.
It's essential for space travel.
This episode brought to you by Mouth Sounds.
Let me drink my Crystal Pepsi.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh,
So you're not into the ASMR food eating thing.
It's not my thing.
Not your
It's
thing. Okay.
not my thing.
Oh.
It angers me actually.
Really? Is it really doing that much to you?
If I can hear you eat, I have fantasized about your death.
I bet you have some awkward dates.
I'm not looking at their food.
Well, all right.
Good point. All right, but anyway, I mean, hey, I think it's dumb, but
If you're into it, man, just you enjoy it.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna.
Chase your bliss. Do whatever you want. I don't care.
To be fair, a lot of those people that you watch on Twitch, you're not watching for the content they make. You're watching for the personality they have.
Oh, sure.
So if there's an amazing person on there that, is eating a pizza from a day ago and they're making it funny, why not?
Yeah.
Drunk yoga.
There we go. Drunk yoga. Yeah. And I'll be honest. I don't go out watching people eat. I'm not into that. But there are some
You sure?
YouTube
We didn't
channels.
see you at the Applebee's last week, out in the
Nice.
corner.
Thanks. Yeah. No.
Not me, because I don't do that place.
No.
Buffalo Wild Wings, please.
Yeah. But no, there are some YouTube channels that I watch, and it's a lot of their content is people from outside of the U.S. trying American different kinds of foods and getting the reaction from them. I'm kind of into because it's a situation
It's a cultural thing.
It's more of a cultural thing. And if this Twitch thing has something kind of like that, I mean, I wouldn't put it on 24/7, but I'd tune into
No,
it.
it's no Bob Ross.
No,
but-
of course not. No. Oh man, Bob Ross. I could watch that forever. Well, no,
You can now.
I can watch it for 5 minutes and then pass out because
Yes.
the gentle scrapings of the happy trees, man, that just
Happy little accidents.
done, just done.
Ugh.
But hey, everyone has their thing, and some people this is going to be their thing. Why not?
It sounds like that one Korean lady just needs to get on there.
She probably will. More
Have you
than
seen
likely.
those? Where
I don't know what you're talking about now.
She's this Korean girl who does really weird crap with food.
That borderline's gross though, because it's just
Like
she's
seriously,
just
she dressed like a mermaid, sat in a refrigerator, and did weird stuff with squid.
just slapped herself with a squid. It was weird.
It was super weird.
It was real weird.
Feeling a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, that was not a good one. But hey, Twitch, they're branching out from video games, and that's good. They kind of need to, I guess. It's still the majority of their content.
There's
but-
only so much, League of Legends I can watch, I guess.
Well, yeah.
Our Overwatch right now. Be the case.
that's the big one. Yeah,
Well, at least I play that one.
yeah. but no, why not? What the hell?
I'm game.
Yeah.
I'll watch one. Why
Not
not?
your game,
Eh,
Twitch.
Ha.
nailed it. Perfect joke. 10
Yep.
out of 10. All right, well,
Toe to tip.
on that
On that amazing,
on that
quality
amazing joke.
content joke.
Yeah, let's get on out of here. You've been
Yep.
listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com.
You can also find us at Facebook at facebook.com/Nerd Overload website.
You can tweet us a tweet if you'd like at nerd_overload.
You can also email us any questions, concerns, maybe things you want us to talk about at staff@nerdoverload.com.
We're on iTunes and Stitcher. Go over there, give us a listen. That's pretty cool. We're also on WZMOFM.com on Saturdays at 10 a.m. and 9 p.m.
Or on 107.5 FM
If you're in the
if you're listening area.
Yeah.
At those times.
Marion, basically.
Yep.
Boy, this is weird with just two of us doing this.
Yeah.
We usually go around the room and each have our thing to say.
I've got no help for you on this one.
Yeah, before we go, Josh, do you have anything that you want to promote or anything like that, I guess?
I've got no promotions, but I mean, thanks guys for having me on. I had a
Hey,
good
no
time.
problem. Glad you came in. We'll have to get you back on sometime. So until next week, thanks for tuning in. And Cody usually
Pizza
says-
out.
Pizza out. Yeah, that's what I
Pizza
usually
out.
Pizza out.
Man,
So-
now I'm hungry.
This show was sponsored in part by MB Subculture Comics and Costumes.